the Velvet Room, a space for an open conversation about Black love, marriage, religion, and generational wealth. Sit back and relax and be prepared for a real discussion and open conversation. Like and subscribe.
What's up, y'all? How you doing? How you doing?
Hey,
What's
hey,
hey. What's up, fam? Good to be in the midst. Beautiful people.
hey.
What's happening? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, I really like.
What was that music, Anthony? What was that music?
You can't hear it no more?
No, I can't hear it, man.
Oh, let me get it straight.
Y'all hear me chewing?
Oh, yeah. You sound like
Oh,
Captain.
damn, okay.
You sound like Captain Crunch.
I always want to ask you
I
something.
can hear it.
It's good, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm real slow today, y'all. Okay, here we go.
That's all right.
Hey, Felicia.
Felicia is always on point. Appreciate ya. Hello.
Hey,
Everybody go ahead and share to your page if you haven't already.
What's that spatula? What that bat scratcher, Jimmy?
Yeah, I gotta have this at all times, man.
Oh, I just bought one today.
You did? Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
I almost didn't. Yeah, I bought one today.
Is that one that sets topics? But okay.
Hey, man.
You scratch my back.
I brought some
Wow.
props.
Wow.
Everybody tuning in, please share to your page. Come on in, relax, get you some wine, drink with us, relax. Let's talk.
Yeah. Share it to your page. Let's see. Can you hear the music, Anthony? If you playing music.
You still can't hear it?
No.
No.
What be happening? I just be dancing by myself.
Yeah. I'm like, what is
You hear it now, right?
Yeah.
So how was everybody weekend?
Great, man. Class reunion class of 1990. I've been going 100 miles per hour, so I've been on the go with this class reunion.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I'll turn next year, Eric.
Yeah, I know this.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. You ready to get started?
All right. How you doing, Miss Moore?
Did she hear you? Miss Moore.
I don't know everything.
Hi. I'm doing
All right.
well. How's everyone?
So
Very
how was
good.
everybody's
Very good.
weekend?
I'm still on a
Black.
high. Y'all know it's my 42nd birthday, so I'm gonna
Oh,
celebrate
yeah,
the whole month.
yep. Oh, that's how I
Oh,
do it,
Happy
too.
Robinson
The whole month.
year. All right. Come on through.
Yes,
I didn't know
yes.
how old you turned. I didn't want to ask. I was waiting for you to put it out there. So, you know, I know how you women are.
42.
42.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations for being here to celebrate life.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
a
young
gift
and
within
stuff.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, young and stuff.
Yay! Miss G in the
How's
house.
everybody feeling? How are you?
Hello.
What's
Good to see
up?
everybody. Good to see everybody.
Likewise.
Likewise, yep.
All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started. By the way, a couple people told you happy birthday, Shinwei.
Oh, yay!
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We gonna turn up this week.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Right after the photo
We
shoot.
we might put on the chat what
Listen,
restaurant
I'm
we at in
glad
case
that-
anybody want to come have a drink with us. We might just do that. Do a
Good
little
idea.
meet and greet real
That's a
quick.
good idea.
All right, y'all.
So-
Let's get started.
You said real quick.
I'm at somebody's house. I don't know what kind of cook this is, but I grabbed it, whatever it is. Who knows?
It worked. It worked.
It came with
good.
that Kool-Aid package.
I was gonna say it looked like Kool-Aid.
I swear I'm gonna have a drink with you in heaven, Eric. I swear I'm gonna have a drink with you in heaven.
Yeah, oh yeah. We can drink up something then. I can afford to get drunk then.
Okay.
Oh my.
Right.
All right, y'all. Let's get started. Is there anything y'all want to get off your chest? Anything that pisses you off? What's on your mind?
I tell you what's on my mind. Go ahead, Denise.
Poor customer service pisses me off. I get very pissed off going into the grocery store, convenience store, and I have to wait to be greeted. But I don't wait to be greeted because I don't get greeted. So I say, well, how are you doing today? And usually that's, I get different reviews on on how I kind of forcefully, let it be known that you are to greet the people that's, coming up to you. So that's my pet peeve.
Oh, customer service sucks around everywhere.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. I was really pissed off on my birthday. I think I went, was it on my birthday? Early part of my birthday. I went to, I'm putting it out there, Bath and Body Works. And my birthday coupon was not showing under my rewards. So all the Bath and Body Works pros know you get a birthday coupon, and I want my birthday coupon. Spoke to customers, not before we spoke to customer service, spoke to the manager, and the manager, we went back and forth, and she said, you know what? I'm going to allow you to speak to customer service. And I said, you do that. Spoke to customer service. They went back and forth with me. Finally, they spent all this time fighting with me, but by the end of the conversation, she tried to get me off the phone, and I said, ma'am, this is really not worth it. This is really, I'm about to spend almost $200 in your store. Are you really gonna fight me for $10?
Yeah.
On a recorded line, I'm letting you know this was horrible service.
Yeah.
Again, saying all of that, by the end of the conversation, I got my $10, but
it took too much for the $10.
Yeah, the manager wanted to shake my hand. She was like, you got your I got my $10.
Like, they're not shaking
Now,
the hand,
wait,
man. Give me extra 15. Give me extra 15.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Now, wait, I could have cashed out you $10.
Come on now. I put it on Facebook. Come on now, all followers. Y'all want to love on a sister. Y'all already know. I ate at Ryan's for my birthday. That's a $300 meal. Come on.
All right now.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I would have
Fine
took it home.
dining.
Wait a minute. Felicia said that restaurants closing early because they have no waiters.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
But one thing I don't like is when you go into the restroom at a restaurant and there's no soap, but you have a sign for all employees to wash their hands before returning back to work. So if there's no soap in the bathroom for me, where's the soap for them?
Bing, bing, bing,
False
bing, bing,
advertising.
bing, bing.
Where is the soap? For me, I wash my hand. I don't care if I get up 2 o'clock in the morning. I wash my hand. I need to wash my hand. Where is the soap? No,
Yeah,
that's just me.
One last thing. I know Anthony want to move on. I know we killing you, Anthony, producer of the show. But I got to say this: when you go into a restaurant and their score is under a 90, ain't you embarrassed? Do you guys know how easy it is to get 100? They give you
But in
certain
school, that's
passes.
A B is
Actually-
passing to them.
Well, I mean, actually, it's
You
not.
know
Because
that's
I
fine.
worked at a restaurant before, and the stuff they count off against, it could be if the temperature in the dishwasher water.
No,
It
it
course
is.
off.
But they give you certain passes. That's why you see you going to
No.
certain restaurants is in 103. Hello.
Yeah, they do additional to get that bonus. But the ones that don't, I mean, even the oven, they have they check everything, even the seal on the little refrigerator cooler. If
I'm
all that stuff is
skeptical
forced
under
off,
95. I'm not gonna lie to
but,
y'all.
right, but what I'm saying is that the restaurant I worked at, it really wasn't that bad. Like people think it's always nasty.
that
It could be just certain other things that might not be related to the food. Cause they don't just check
Yeah, they
food.
give you a list of things before they come and check
Yeah,
what
just
they
Come on
looking at.
now.
pop up.
Come on now.
So
All right,
if they give you a list and you
Okay,
below 90,
Anthony, ready to move on.
All right, y'all, here we go. But before I do, let everybody introduce yourself. Let's start with Jimmy.
you know Jim Savage, always drinking something special.
Hey everyone, I'm Shinwei.
What's up? What's up? I'm Eric Dawson. How y'all doing?
What's up? I'm Katisha, better known as More Brown Sugar.
Hey.
All right.
Not the wink.
Good evening, everybody. This is Disa Rose. Hey.
Hey.
All
Hey,
right.
boo.
Hey.
All right, everybody. And I am Hollywood. So let's get started
Hollywood
for
not
today.
swinging.
That's it. Let's find out what's going on here. Here we go.
And now it's time for the news. Hot topics.
All right, hot topic in the news. It's real hot, like fire. All right, hot topic in the news. What is your take as far as abortion? You know, as far as somebody trying to decide whether or not if a woman can or cannot have an abortion. Why? State your reason, and why do you think your reason is what it should be?
Correlate this to the news though, because that's a hot topic for a lot of people. Not everyone is comfortable with the transparency of that topic. I don't mind talking on it, but what's the correlation with the news?
With the news, as far as some states, some laws trying to pass whether or not
It should be
mothers
legal.
mothers cannot get an abortion if they want it.
Okay.
So Biden unblocked that law for some areas that mothers should be able to decide whether or not they should keep their child or not. So, but they trying to pass it where women should not be able to decide if they should keep their child.
Yeah.
It's a
I think it's
controversial.
utterly ridiculous.
When you say ridiculous, in which way?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous not to have someone, for one, to have the right over their own body. Whether I would personally have an abortion or not, that's my personal decision. But I think it's nobody's right to determine what a woman does with her body. There are circumstances that may come up that it really is nobody's business. The woman could have been raped and not want to report it. The woman could have had something really bad happen. You just don't know what would drive somebody to make that decision. And from someone that knows, I know some people in my life that have had to make that decision. It is not made lightly and it haunts them. But that was the best decision that they had to make in that time. For some of them, for one person, it was rape. The other person, it was no way that they could afford to care for a child. The child would be not a great life for the child and the person at the time. So is that my personal decision? No. Would I pass judgment on someone that does that? You have no clue what it's like to be in that situation till it happens to you. I've seen it where it happened to friends, and it's like, oh no, I would never get an abortion, but their 14 or 15-year-old daughter comes up pregnant. So again, you just never know what would drive someone to make that decision, and those decisions are never taken lightly. So for someone to say that you don't get to have the right over what happens to your body, and to potentially put yourself and that baby in an impoverished situation when you know forehand that it's not a good one, no. I just it burns me.
Good point.
It burns.
What did you say,
Anthony, you
Eric?
were going to say something?
You remember Michael Jackson did want to be starting something? He said, if you can't feed the baby, you don't have the baby.
Yeah.
It just made me think about that. But yeah,
Dirty Diana? Was it Dirty Diana?
No, that was want to be starting something.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because Diane was being real dirty that day. But I think, to be honest with you, shit away, whatever. I think that there should be an evaluation due to your situation. Instead of like you can make a choice, but due to your choice, there should be an evaluation to go over the whole situation to see whether or not you can afford the baby, take care of the baby, or if you're fit for the baby, or what type of situation you were in to get pregnant in the first place. I think they should have some therapy or some evaluation after you make that decision for your decision. You know what I mean? Like say you did get raped, you know what I'm saying, and you decide to keep the baby. Oh well, you know what? Let's go over this because you could go. There's a lot of problems that could be, you know what I mean, later on in the future that due to you having that baby, or if you're just going around like getting pregnant for no damn reason, you know what I mean, and you got 30 babies that you don't even have in your own household, but you're pregnant again. Evaluation. Now you really don't need to have this child if they're trying to have that child.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want
Exactly.
government or state telling me or deciding whether I'm fit to be a parent. I think
Exactly.
that's a whole nother level of
They've
martial
made enough
law within
decisions for
itself.
us.
Mm.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if
What
I
they
And
have
do,
which
my.
well,
means
you know,
this means that's
the way the
legacy. What
government
I just do
decides
on my
is they
body.
just do. But the way the government decides now, they just do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I mean, like go to some therapy, like have people. You can pick your own therapist or something like that. You have to have some type of evaluation to be sure that you want to have this child. You're bringing a child in. They didn't ask to be here. So if you're not fit or there's a situation that could arise, you should go over it instead of just making a quick decision. Because a lot of people should have a child, but they make a quick decision to get rid of a child.
What you
Jimmy,
saying,
it's not
Jimmy?
always a quick
The decision. What you saying? The decision would still be up to the parent. You saying go through a step to see if you are fit, or see if we can help you through some type of counseling to see if we give you a grant, we give you a grant or whatever case may be, will this help you financially? Because that may be your source that I'm not financially stable to take care of the child.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people getting abortions and it's just over.
You know better than that.
Right.
You should get some type of evaluation.
Right.
I'm not saying.
You got 15 seconds to wrap it up. All right,
okay,
who
I'm
else?
not saying that the government should make the ultimate decision for you, but they should give you an option, resources to make sure you're making the right decision.
We gonna park this one. Be coming back.
You want to say something real quick?
You're gonna get told.
Katisha, you want to say something real quick?
Katisha.
Oh no, I was just saying I disagree. I'm gonna leave it at that. I disagree.
That's cool.
It's
still telling
somebody what to do with their body. Like and again,
it's just helping
happen.
somebody.
That means I gotta put all of my everything. I understand giving a choice. Yes, give choices and resources, but ultimately the decision is still up to the young lady or whomever. So resources and counseling. Oh, I thought you said no. It based on evaluation. I'm like, no. Okay. I apologize.
We got to move
We
on to the
barely
topic
got
of the day.
contraceptive with our preventative wellness. They bugging.
Here we go. The topic of the day. And anyone watching, please chime in. We want to hear your thoughts, your opinions. So, can insecurities ruin or hinder growth in your relationship? That's a definite. Go first.
Yeah. Most definitely.
All right, who want to go first? All right,
Nobody
I
got
go.
this.
Trying to get somebody else a chance to speak.
I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it definitely does sometimes. You know, you just have to learn how to trust people because what I learned is no matter how many tabs or how much you think you're checking their phone, if a person wanted to cheat, there ain't nothing you can do about it. It
Checking the
don't take that long.
phone.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
oh,
people do check phones to see what's going on. Because if they
that's a
check their
trust
phone,
thing.
because they have some insecurity that they might be doing something. So
And yeah, insecurities build distrust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're insecure within yourself, you start blaming the person. The person won't even be doing anything, but you start blaming it because you're so insecure in your head that something's going on. You're like, oh, he's doing this. You might end up cheating on him. You might end up ruining the relationship because you think that he's doing something. You're all stuck in your head with your insecurities that, you know what I mean? And he's trying to be the best man he can be. And you're like, where is all this coming from? But that's in yourself with insecurities, maybe from your last relationship or something like that. I don't know. But I think it does hinder your relationship with insecurities.
But you know
and
that
I can tell you.
it's go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It reminds me somewhat, it ducktails off of last week's whole conversation about communication or lack thereof. But
Right.
you know, insecurity is going to always affect, and once more, any type of relationship anywhere, whether it be in friendship, you know, business relationships, or just plain husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend relationships. But that's back down to those things that you want to take your time about last week's conversation, not rushing into intimacy, not rushing into the, you know, hey, let's boom, boom, bang, bang and get it done. But, you know, getting to know each other, because you have to see all these things that's in an individual prior to later on having all these damn problems because of the insecurities.
Right.
So if you have that communication that's real strong initially, these things will manifest itself, and you can at least, you know, deal or engage in that part of problems with your mate prior to it becoming really bad, because insecurities does stem from somewhere, and usually it can be from the relationships before, or you could even take it back further to the mother and father, what they saw with mom and dad, you know, all those things.
I'm gonna tell you what insecurity look like. Imagine looking at a heart, and then there's a blockage. So in order for me to love you like I want to love you because of your insecurities, I can't love you, or you can't open up so I can love you wholeheartedly, because there's a blockage that's called insecurities that's keeping me from loving you the way that I want to love you, or for you to receive it the way that I'm giving it to you. So that insecurity is a lack of confidence on oneself. Sometimes it's not always, you know, the person who they are dating or have a relationship with. Sometimes it can be something that is hindering you from your past, and that's blocking everything. It can be a woman talking about a man. All men are this way. So there's some insecurity the way that they feel about the man that does come along, and that's going to treat them like a lady, or vice versa. So I think it's kind of like a blockage in your heart. If you don't set the stage to trust somebody, you'll always have that blockage in that heart.
I agree.
I agree.
Your insecurities definitely prevent you from fully trusting someone. And
What do you
if
mean by
don't
set
fully
the stage to
trust-
trust somebody?
No, I say your insecurities prevent you from fully trusting someone.
I was talking about
you know,
Eric when Eric said
I'm
set
sorry.
the stage for trust. My bad.
I'm sorry, what's your question?
When you said set the stage for trust, what were you saying about that? The last thing you said.
As far as if a person is not really, if they got something from their past that is in them, that has haunted them, throughout their relationship, then if they don't remove that, then it's hard to receive the love once they do meet somebody who is trying to show them love. They can't love them wholeheartedly because of the blockage that they still carrying.
Right.
Let me ask the ladies this, and I'm not really just trying to sing out ladies, but most of the time it seems like to me that ladies tend to have a longer time, I think, a struggle with getting over something in the past. So they might go into the next situation and they have the guard up. Because for one, when y'all really love hard. And not saying men don't, but it seems like to me that
I'm gonna kill you hard. No.
Yeah, but it seems like to me that sometimes most women struggle with actually getting over something that happened before and really had the guard up when they meet the next dude. What do y'all say?
I would say that takes some. A mature woman would take the time to be by herself to try to get over of the hurt, because hurt people. You know, you have to have some awareness of that this person, and this is man or woman. And Anthony, it's not only women. Men do the exact same thing, because you come into a relationship expecting that the last one cheated on me, lied to me, or I opened up and trusted her. Now you're no longer emotionally available. So the coin it flips both ways. I've seen it on both ways. So it takes the level of maturity when you come out of a relationship. It's very good not to relationship hop. Take a beat, reflect, and see, and really dig to see where you were hurt. But that takes some time with being with yourself. And sometimes being with yourself can be uncomfortable. For me personally, I take a beat because I make sure the next man doesn't deserve whatever hurt I'm feeling or whatever issues I'm feeling to go over to the next one. Sometimes there is no hurt. I didn't feel nothing from the last one. It just didn't work, and I'm out. So it just depends on the depth of the relationship, the level of intimacy, and how vulnerable you were. Because when you're a vulnerable one and they hurt you, it allows you, like Eric said, that blockage is there. It's kind of like, I won't ever let someone in that close again. So that definitely can be a block, and grow insecurities.
And it puts up guards.
Yes, absolutely.
And look, I want to say this too. I think that I went through something before, and what I had learned to do was not concentrate on the negative part of it. Like sometimes you take, I ain't gonna let this happen to me no more. So next time a person approaches me like this, I'm gonna make sure of this. But what I did was I really looked at the positive part of things. Like, what did I learn? I think sometimes we go through things, we never figure out from that situation, what did you learn? Ask yourself that question. What did you learn from that situation? And then take the positive part of things, and then the things you like, and focus on that. And that's the thing. I think sometimes the mind is so strong. When you focus on negative, you attract negative. And it's hard. You got to reprogram your mind.
Right. A lot of people don't focus on critiquing themselves.
Yeah.
A lot more people need to critique themselves. And no matter what situation you're in, every situation should be a pro and con thought. You know what I mean? Like, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? First thing is, how did this situation arise in your aura for this to be this way? You should always think about what you said first, how it related to anything, and never forget what you did to make a situation happen. You know what I mean? So next time it does come up, you know how to react to that. You always have to critique yourself, no matter what you do. Everybody get I know a lot of mental things go on, and people get lazy. They don't want, there's so much going on in their head. But no matter what, if you want to be the best of yourself, you have to critique yourself no matter what. So that will allow most of the insecurities. Allow most of the insecurities you can brush those off your shoulders, because you know what you're capable of. If you're critiquing yourself, you see you do a better way. That's building confidence in yourself, and all them insecurities start dropping off you. You know what I mean? And now you'll see.
Chinway has something to say.
Oh, no, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I think as I'm listening, I think too, we're looking from a perspective of the what. And I think right now we're focusing as if everyone's or majority of insecurities are the same. Insecure that someone may cheat or why they cheated. But like Jessica Harris was saying, I totally agree with her. Insecurities come in many forms. And when you understand that, The more important question instead of the what is the why. When you
Yes.
begin to look at yourself, like Jimmy said, you're going to ask yourself, why am I responding this way? Why, when he does this, it makes me feel this way? Because, an
Yeah.
insecurity is a filter. It makes you look through a certain view that's not necessarily everyone's truth in the situation. So your partner may be saying one thing exactly, but that insecurity, like Eric is showing, is going to have you. It's going to have you tunnel vision on what you're insecure about, and that's not always just infidelity.
Right.
It could be
Right.
it could be
Weight.
Financial,
absolutely, that's a good one.
spiritual,
Financial.
and a lot of it comes from childhood as well. That's why it's
Mhm.
so important. I happened to listen to the podcast from last week. Getting to know your partner and really knowing and understand what makes that person tick. You can kind of understand what some of those possible insecurities are and be able to explain some of those. For someone that grew up not having a lot, like I grew up in the hood, the ghetto. Okay. So what I won't do is go back to that. So for me, why I hustle so hard, because I require financial security. That is something that I had to learn about myself. Like, why do I behave the way I do? Why do I go as hard as I go? It's because of what happened back then. And again, that self-reflection is like, why do I respond the way I do? And anything anyone that gets in front of that, cut off.
But
So I
see,
had to
even
kind of filter. I had to kind of have to filter, like, okay, that's not fair because they may not be where it would be. So I had to kind of turn that dial down and self-reflect. Like, long as
yes.
I got me, I'm good. Then I can actually see this person for who they are, versus like doing the cutoff. Like, no, you're gonna get in the way of that. So
You can
But
also
see,
see the
even
person
that
that
and
you are also.
even that and understanding why we feel a certain way, because so many of us are even insecure about where we come from. If you look behind me, I have a big sign that says the Bronx. I wish it said the Bronx, but it's because that's a part of who I am. One of my Shiro sister soldiers, she always says, "Good comes from the hood." I heard her say that one time. Listen, you came from where you came from, and look at you. I like to tell people where I come from so they don't have to put
oh,
that in a
absolutely.
box. They don't have
Oh,
to
absolutely.
label me or say that I need to talk or look a certain way. My children's education is just as important to me as yours. I pay taxes. I've been to Paris like you've been to Paris. I like to travel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So even that, I don't even want that within itself. That's why the why is so important, to understand, why am I feeling uncomfortable about a certain thing? Because when I really understand who I am, all of it is me. The good,
Yes.
supposedly the bad, is subjective. I can make it all good. I can make what people say bad a good thing about me, because
There
and
you
I'm
go.
not going to allow you to shame me. I'm not
That's
going to
right.
allow you to make me feel bad.
And sometimes God is taking through things to make you better. It's very
Oh, yeah.
important that you reflect back on what did you learn. That's why I really believe a lot of people keep going through the same thing all the time, because they ain't learn nothing. They just judge for that
They haven't learned
situation.
from it yet.
And it
Right.
starts just like you said, Jimmy. It starts with yourself. People, it's okay to criticize yourself. It's okay to say, you know what, I messed up, or this is my decision. I need to make better decisions. So it start
It's
with you.
also good to take good criticism. A lot of people can't take that. You have to allow yourself to back up off your pride stool and take that credit, because people don't say things for no reason. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's
And
gonna
don't
say, "Well, I feel that you are," you have to listen and then look at yourself without just keep like just jumping in. Oh, I'm not like this. You have to think about it
and
and be
don't
like,
always look at it as criticism.
right,
We're
think of it
having a
as somebody trying to
conversation
help
with
you out.
different, right? We're in a partnership, and the main goal, what is our goal as a relationship, right? Our relationship goal is to stay together, right? So I
Right.
want to understand me, I want to understand you, and if you can help me understand me in in another way that I never looked at, why not? I even the word criticize, sometimes people feel like they're being criticized, and I'm not criticizing you. We can have a conversation. It's a
Yeah.
different view, and it's not necessarily criticism.
Right, right.
Well, but you know, there's two sides of that now. Because see, sometimes it's good to take criticism from the right person, not from everybody.
Right.
Because everybody give you criticism is not in your corner.
Right.
And don't be
So
quick. Don't be quick to criticize. You got to know the person who you're going to criticize, so you
Right.
can know how to approach them. a lot of people like to approach a certain way, but every
Or
one
maybe
of
I
us
used the wrong word.
be approached differently.
I don't want to criticize in my romantic relationships. Even in my
But it
relationships with
works.
anyone that I love, I
You
don't
have
want to criticize. I want to have a conversation. I want
Right.
to understand it. I don't want to
You
criticize.
want to give your input.
Yes, and I want you to share.
I should have used a better word than criticize.
No,
It's the word.
but that's a
critique,
good word because that's how
information.
people look at it. I'm
Right.
glad you
True,
used
true.
that word though, because
That's how people perceive it. They
exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because that word itself, depending upon the individual, if you use the word criticize, they will take that negative taste with that word and immediately maybe, offended,
Yeah.
not want to hear what you have to say anymore, because that
Indeed.
just the terminology of it by itself. But like you said, when you're able to tell your mate and say, hey, I'm not going to use the word criticize at all. I'd like to give some advice for.
And I got to say this real quick.
And I think it's also wise key.
What you say?
I would say that's why I think it goes all back to what you guys were talking about last week. It's really taking the time to get to know your partner. Once you get to know who you are, approach is everything. Once I know my man, I know I can't, in some instances I could be brash and very, straightforward. But if I know in past experiences he didn't take well to that, it's my approach is everything. So once you learn your partner, you know how and when to approach them and how to present the information. Therefore, they're not taking it in an offensive way. They know it's coming from a good place. So take the time to learn your partner and you know how to approach. So, if your girl is super sensitive, don't present it with a harsh.
Right.
If you're super sensitive, know your audience. Know your audience.
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
That's it.
And guys, I think you got to really reprogram your mind. A lot of stuff we go through is our own personal battle. We think it's the other person. Majority of the time, it's us. It's usually within. And so, like I said before, I think it's just good to understand why you made those decisions, so you won't make those mistakes again.
Right.
As you would say though, Anthony, there's a flip side to that, because some of us are in toxic relationships with people who are very unloving and unkind and take advantage of us. Right. And so the insecurities are valid. And so it does go back to last week, because we need to be communicating and we need to understand we don't gel well with this person. This person doesn't have our best interests. Right. And you don't really get the opportunity to understand that unless you're communicating before you start building these serious relationships with people that don't have your best interests at heart. Right. Jessica Harris has been saying some powerful statements in the chat room. Thanks, Hollywood. She just said a lot of people build walls when dealing with insecurities. If a person built that wall when they were a lot younger, the wall is harder to take down because it's part of themselves. It's true. So you just get in a relationship with them a week, 2 weeks, even a year. It's not just going to come down. So you have to be in a relationship with someone that you trust and that you feel comfortable to be vulnerable with to break those walls down.
And learn, and us learning to have a relationship once more, because somebody earlier said this, with yourself. Have a relationship with you. Learn you. Learn your likes. Learn your dislikes. Learn what your needs are. Learn you. And that is self-analyzation.
So okay. What is learn you? Because you're supposed to know you better than anybody. So explain.
It's going within.
Well, Anthony, you really don't know yourself. You really don't know yourself till you go through shit and critique yourself by going through each situation. You could think that's the problem. Everybody thinks they know themselves. That's why they can't take criticism or take advice, because they think they know themselves already. Instead of sitting back, maybe I don't know this part yet. Right. And they listen and then they go through it with themselves to see if they are capable or they are a problem, or you know what I mean, or it is their insecurities that are ruining the relationship or anything like that.
Right. Diesel, what are you going to say?
When it was something, I think Erica Badu said it, but it was like, but I'm not going to quote it, but it goes like this: when we think we know ourselves completely, that's when you pretty much lost it, because you're constantly evolving, you're constantly in motion. So with that right there, something's always constantly going to be revealed to us about us. So when and about others and about the things around you and all things. So we have to learn to literally listen to ourselves. We have to learn to listen to what other people say, even in regards to ourselves, so that we can dissect it. We can listen to it, we can analyze it, we can dissect it, we can kind of see, maybe this is me. Maybe this is not me. Maybe there's truth to what they're saying, but it's going to all be about taking that time to learn who we are. And then, then your relationships, to me, at that point, our relationships, at that point, once you be even more whole when we do come together. Because even if there are insecurities, I'm so secure about my damn self.
Come on.
So high, you can't bring me down. I feel so good. So it's like all you can do is help the other person. Like, let me help, because we can't connect anyways if you're not vibing on that level. If you're not vibing, we can't connect anyway. So all I can do for you, we don't even have to get into all of the problems, the sexual issues, none of that, because if you ain't vibing on what I'm vibing on, then we can't even do that anyway. So all you can do is feed your brother. Feed. That's all
what you saying?
All you can do is
I agree. I agree with Cynthia Smalls and exactly what she just said. As far as learning yourself, why am I still hurt so much? Why am I bothered this so much? Why is that person that bad where they are causing? Well, no one calls you to do anything. You just allow allow them to do something, or for you to do something differently. So learning yourself is just like a banana. Is that banana? Sometimes you have to peel back yourself and see, am I too soft on the inside where I'm just bending out of shape every time something comes my way, or I'm that banana that is standing firm and having confidence in myself, and no matter what comes my way, I'm not going to soften. I'm going to still be right enough to stand on God's word and not let anything break me down. So again, you'd have to peel back and see, am I too soft, am I too firm, or if I'm just right the way that I need to be, so I won't let distraction steal my joy, steal my peace, cause me to go south when I should be going north. So we just have to, again, like Cynthia said, learn yourself, and you won't allow other people to offend you or to hurt you.
It won't hurt. You won't even feel it. You're like, yeah, all right, sure.
Next.
No, Jimmy.
Hey.
Jimmy, that's not the point everyone's making.
Well, here's the thing. I'm really confident in myself and I know what I'm capable of.
Hey, hold on, Jimmy.
That's why I brought.
Jimmy, hold on.
Sorry about that.
I said Anthony said something earlier, which is key. If you're smart, and again, this comes with the mature age. I didn't know this in my 20s and early 30s. Well, I wouldn't really show.
Oh, you're not
anyway,
30?
No, I'm good old 42, boo. Be 43 in December.
Okay.
But if you're smart, you learn from each relationship. You take parts from what you learn from the relationships. What went well, what you can accept, what won't tolerate. You learn, you grow from each one, and you apply it to the next one. And hopefully the last one gets the best version of you if you actually reflect and take the time to get to know yourself and what you need to apply to the next relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's right.
There's a lot of different components that go into having a healthy relationship. I mean, holistically. And I think that it takes a lot of work, and you have to be honest. And people are not putting in the work with themselves, let alone into a relationship.
Yeah.
So what I'm
And
excited
people,
about this show. I'm
I
excited
said
that
people
we're
are not
having this
coming whole and
conversation.
healed. Yeah.
Yes, because if you can't bring half of yourself to a relationship and hope, and someone else bring half of themselves, and y'all gonna make a whole. It don't work that
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Y'all have
All
to
right,
individually do the work.
all right, y'all. So,
Yeah.
before we go to the next topic, your 5 second take. What before you end this conversation, this part of the topic? What would you say, Tisha? What's your last words about it?
Heal your hurt. That way you can be available for your partner.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
So, in every situation, weigh your pros and cons. Always weigh your pros and cons and critique yourself. Don't think that you know everything. Make sure you know everything. That's pretty much it. Always want yourself to do better and be better. Never think that just because someone said something about you, it's a bad thing. Look at it, analyze it, critique yourself.
All
hmm
right. All right, Sherman. What you got? What you got?
Understand that your insecurities can hinder you. So continuously ask yourself why you feel this way, but be loving to yourself. Take time with yourself. Be patient with yourself. And that work that you're going to put into yourself, you're going to attract someone that is going to allow you to put work into them as well.
Very good.
Right.
All right, Deezy, what you got?
Yep. The two, learn to love and to heal. And learning to love yourself is duty. So duty to yourself first. Learn your pains, learn what makes you click, learn you first, and make yourself happy before trying to go and make somebody else happy. Make yourself happy first.
Yeah,
All right, Eric, what you got?
yeah, that's very good. Well, if you want to get away from the insecurity, check the soil that you're standing in and wonder why you're not growing, wonder why you're not maturing, wonder why you're not having growth. Check the soil that you're standing in. Sometimes you may have to refertilize it so that you can grow away from insecurity.
You better come through with a
You're a
word.
botanist? Yeah. Right. You got the green thumb, man.
All right, y'all.
Why
All right,
Jimmy
Go ahead
always
with
take the
that.
metaphor somewhere
all right,
else?
y'all. That's it for the topic of the day. Let's go ahead and move on. Here
You got the
we
I
magic.
got the
go.
mess with
Ain't no
Jimmy.
wrong.
Sitting for male and female. People just like you and me. The velvet letter. The velvet letter. The velvet letter. Somebody juicy, hot,
Juicy.
Damn, baby.
Juicy.
Right?
All right. Okay, so I have the letter for this week, and it reads, Velvet Room. I met this guy a couple of years ago. He was cool and attractive and seemed to have his shiggity together, but we talked a bit, then it just didn't go anywhere. A couple of months ago, he hit me up. We talked nonstop for a couple of weeks, and he finally asked me out on a date. On our date, he was the ultimate gentleman. He opened up doors, pulled out my chair at the restaurant, and everything. When the night was over, he went in for a kiss, and I instantly gave him my cheek. Why? Because he's not thugged out enough. I'm trying to change my ways, but I can't help it. Why do some of us know we deserve better than thugs, but we have such a hard time accepting the nice guy? Signed, Clueless.
She said he's not what enough?
Thug.
Oh,
Ain't thugged out enough. Bless
well,
her heart. Bless her.
well,
That's all I
well.
gotta say.
She's well.
She got to be under 30. I don't know.
You said thug, we still say, we still want.
She said she got to be on the third.
Not true. Not true. Age don't matter. I see the old ones looking for the thug one too. Pants sagging and lip drop. Man, come on now.
I thought that was over.
What's our advice for her?
It never stopped. It never stopped. It never
What's
stopped.
our advice?
She want thug love.
The advice for it?
She want thug love.
Everybody has their. Oh.
You like thug love?
Who doing thug love?
Tell us what you love. Tell us what you love.
Some people like hard. Thug is hard. And that thug coming a woman too now. A woman can give you the business. So I don't mean sexually.
Nobody want that.
I'm talking about
nobody want that.
She can give you thug straight up. She give you the business.
I don't know what type of real man
give this lady some advice?
All right, here we go. What y'all got? What should we do?
Okay, go ahead, Shinwei.
No, I was asking you. Are you gonna give this lady some advice? Because you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I'm trying to give her some advice. Just first of all, the fact that she's finding a hard time accepting this type of love and attention from this gentleman, sister, she needs to start with herself. Why does she not feel worthy? It's not that one's stuck down, one's not. It's her self-worth. Maybe a lack of self-worth in some area of her life makes her feel more comfortable with a thug guy that doesn't treat her the way she deserves to be treated. It sounds like she knows she deserves to be treated this way, but has yet, because she mentioned that, we know we're supposed to be treated this way, but why can't she accept it? I think she has some inner work that she needs to do to kind of figure out what's going on with her that she can't accept just being loved and have someone been.
What does she mean by thug?
Right, and that's my thing. When I have these type of conversations, okay, because sometimes people are attracted to a look and not necessarily a thug. Because a thug, if the true essence of the word is like someone that's a criminal. So if I was a woman, right, and this is something I was struggling with, I would want to know what exactly is it that I like. And I don't think women understand they like, if you like someone to look a certain way, to dress a certain way, but would you be okay with someone that's versatile, that he can dress a certain way, but he can also dress a different way when needed? So I don't know if a lot of women necessarily know what it is that they want. And why do you not want a thug? Is it because a thug would treat you badly? And if someone would treat you badly, why would you want that?
Well, sometimes I think people want that because to them, a thug is unprotected because the thug's considered someone who's violent or someone, like you said, criminal. So they feel, well, this thug gonna knock somebody out if they treat me bad. But yet when someone who comes that's a gentleman that comes along, they're like, is he too soft? Is he?
And that's what I'm saying. Are you looking for a protector? That's what I'm asking. What is it that you're looking for? Monetary. Because you don't necessarily have to be with a thug to be with a man to feel who you're going to feel safe with. So you need to define what is it that you want. And I think women are caught up in how somebody looks. That doesn't.
I don't even think she's going by look. It all go back to like the girls want the bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like the grease, the leather jacket wear. It's not really, I don't think she means thug. I think she wants somebody with authority, someone that increases the excitement of danger and just always has something going on, the unpredictable lifestyle of, I don't have control.
Girl, I love you.
Yeah, I don't have the control. like when a girl doesn't have control and the guy just controls everything they do, it makes them horny.
But you can find those characteristics and personality types within a healthy relationship. You can. That's what I'm saying. I think the misconception is you have to be with a thug.
she's using the wrong word. I already know. Due to what she said she's a young girl. So young girls describe it differently.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think
She
that
wants
letter
a
was
thug,
very
she wants
real,
a
though. I
bad
think
boy.
a lot of women feel that way. I think that was a good
They just want the
representation.
bad boy. Because if she had a good man, and all of a sudden he just goes, pulls her hair and be like, "Give me a kiss right now," I guarantee, oh, I love him. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You have to have,
But y'all know what though? Y'all know
that's what she wants. She wants someone to be the authority figure of her life. You know what I'm saying? That's what she means by thug. Like, she wants the unpredictable. She just wants to be uncontrollable with a person, but she's describing it in the wrong way.
It goes back to, what is she missing? Is she missing that strong father, uncle figure in her life?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Have some authority over. That's it.
I don't think we got to bring it to there, because.
But I think that it's okay to take it there, because what I'm thinking of is like take it back to high school and taking it back to first, what male figure do they have in their life early, and how does that look? And then how does your peers' male figures look? So, and then how does the movies' male figures look? And so if you use all these perceptions, all these things to define your reality, and then they grow up like, oh, this is the type of dude that I like. But if daddy was at home and he was, there's a lot of dads at home that may not be 100% the way that they should be, but they're still there. And so it just defines once more, what has she seen? And she associates his softness, his goodness with weakness.
But you know where they come from, though? You know where they come from? I think that, I don't keep saying the word influence. When you look at these music videos, I remember way back in the early 90s, whenever MC Lyte came out with Roughneck, Salt Pepper, some of that song, this is about they want to roughneck, something like that. So what happened was, the influence and it told out in the hip hop community and the black culture that this guy's the end guy. This is the popular guy. This is the guy you want. If you go to school and get a degree and you're a nerd, you weren't in. If you weren't a suit, you weren't in. So this was a cool guy, the guy with the Timbs, the guy with the wife beaters, the guy with the baggy jeans, and we was influenced.
Everybody
this is the end guy. And I think that influenced a lot of music, influenced a lot of our culture, period.
Yes, it has.
I think it goes back to how things look. I'm sorry. And people going based on surface, they don't really know what they want. Because when you start breaking it down, the personality types and the characteristics that they want, they can find in someone that's not a thug.
Right.
So I think they're going based on personas, what they see and who they think may have money. When you become a grown woman, you have grown woman issues and grown woman situations. You there's things that's of more value to you. Yeah. And I think that's a very limited view for someone to say, to question why they're not important and why they're not searching for more in relationships.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Go ahead, Tisha. We're finna wrap it up. Go ahead, Tisha. Go ahead and say something real quick. What do you think?
No, I was just going to mention Felicia seemed to be in agreement with me that she's missing something that maybe she was looking for, and something she's missing in her life that she didn't get. So.
All right, Jim, what you got?
Yeah. I think she's just young and she's just looking for some excitement, because if you communicate with your man, they can give you what you need. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And I can tell by the way she used her words, she's looking for a thug. Nobody above 35 is gonna say, "I'm looking for a thug." No,
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Well, if they are, you know what they need? Counseling. That's what they need.
I'm a pass on this one. I think I said.
These are what you got.
Build stronger families. Let's start from the root. Let's go ahead, and when we're producing our children, when we're building our family structure, we need a strong man in the home, and our girls will come up recognizing the difference between the clean glass and the dirty glass, and she will just automatically fall into root, for the most part, into what's good for her She'll make mistakes just like everybody else, but she's seeing a great example right in front of her, and there's nothing better than a strong Black man in your household.
Amen.
Thanks.
Eric?
Well, I think, of course, I think a person who never had Kool-Aid before would never know how sweet it is until they try it. So she might have had different drinks, but until
Is it your wine glass?
No, this is actual Kool-Aid. This is actual Kool-Aid. You taste it. Hey, you begin to love Kool-Aid. But I don't think she's used to the sweetness, the kindness, the sweetness, the gentleness. I don't think she's used to it. So it's something, even though it's something good, it has to grow on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it could be in a wine glass and just be simple Kool-Aid. Don't be caught up in.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
I just don't know what that tastes like. I'm sorry. I had to.
Sex facts. Sex facts. Sex facts.
What you got, Jimmy?
I love that picture, man. Pimping. So, so has anybody ever heard of epididymal hypertension?
Nope.
Excuse
Let me
me?
explain it to you.
Oh,
That's the technical term of it. It's epididymal hypertension is called blue balls. So everybody know what blue balls is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody's on there.
Bring us home, Jimmy. I want to know. I want to learn the fact about blue balls. Come on.
Okay, so growing up, I always thought that when somebody say blue balls, somebody made it up, a little teenager or something like that. But it's actually something that happens to you when you have you get aroused, you have an erection, and you don't get to release. So you get epididymal hypertension. I was intrigued by finding this out, so I had to bring it up and I had to say something about it and see if y'all knew anything about it. I know y'all heard about blue balls. You pants rubbing all day and then you don't get the excitement and all that stuff.
I don't think they have experience.
Huh?
I don't think the ladies have
that?
Yeah,
No,
we
they
do.
don't.
Well,
They don't experience blue balls.
Right.
Not right, because we don't have balls, but
right. That's what I'm saying.
They experience this pleasure. You know what I mean? They experience a bad time and not being able to release. You know what I'm saying? That's what they experience. It's a little more in tune with something else when it comes to a female. Or mental, I believe, right? It doesn't really affect your body. It affects your mode, does it? No?
I don't know if it's different for women. For me, it affects my body, but I guess for every woman,
when you don't get the release?
Yeah. I have a very uneasy, uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, well, yeah, I understand. Stress actually it increases stress and headaches. Actually,
Yes.
If you don't get the release, you have a bad time. Yeah. So when your woman is stressed out, hang that back out, and she'll have a better day. If your man looks like he's cramped up in the crotch area, handle that, and he'll have a better day. No more epididymal hypertension.
So we only have one fact this week?
I don't, and it's a question, since I have a little more time. What do you guys consider good sex? I've been waiting to ask this question since the first episode.
Oh, we're going to have to park that. It's the end of the show.
No, because you'll get towed. You'll get towed. Don't park it anywhere. I asked the question. Let's hear it.
For me, it's being satisfied. So some people sum it up in terms of size. They sum it up in terms of how long it lasts. For me, it's satisfaction and holistic satisfaction, and that I am pleased.
Holistic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So for me, it doesn't begin with the actual act. And so for me, it's a process.
Mental, mentally, it starts with y'all, right? First.
Yes, definitely. And that
and then the sensitivity of the body. which could be the second, and then the whole action afterwards.
Holistic is exactly what she said.
Holistic.
I just wanted to,
It
go
aids
to a little
No,
vibe.
it does. It aids in lubrication. It aids in lubrication. It aids in everything.
No, I wasn't really taking notes. I was just
Y'all have to show
myself.
The screen like a screen.
Okay.
Anyway, mad serious today, boy.
Come on now, because y'all need to know. I don't know if you heard me because we were all talking at the same time. I said it aids in lubrication.
There we go.
Okay.
It aids in it
All right, let's wrap it
aids
up.
in. Okay, let's wrap it up.
No, go ahead, and we go around. Go ahead.
I want to bring this back. I know you said we don't want to park it, but we could talk about. I would love to talk about good sex. I know that's a very vague topic, but just all that goes into good sex.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Good
talk
sex
about that.
to me is doing it. I don't feel guilty because I'm married, but pleasing one another is good sex to me.
Nobody want to say anything?
Yeah, that's what for me satisfaction.
Well, yeah, that's keeping it in layman's terms. That's not the
Everyone who's having sex is not satisfied, my friend.
I didn't say they were.
No, so I'm saying that's not. That's really it's.
If you're not satisfied, it's not good. Plain and simple.
No.
So that's what it is. So you could be satisfied with no good sex.
I didn't hear your last. What was the last comment? You could be.
So you're satisfied when it's not good.
Jessica Harris said mental is always first for women, and that's she summed it up, and that's true, and that's exactly what she was saying about holistic. So for women, it's going to be that spiritual, mental connection of gay.
All right, wait, Felicia said satisfying everyone needs and wants.
Yeah.
You got to recap
That's
this
the
one.
end of the show.
Everybody needs a good woman. Every good woman needs a good man.
Amen.
Indeed.
All right, check this out, y'all. All right, everybody.
Peace to the motherland, everybody.
What about the father?
So please tune in every week at 7 o'clock. We are live. Oh, that's right, Denise. We got the Velvet After Dark coming pretty soon. All right, everybody. Here's to love. And no matter what insecurities you got, keep God first. Keep praying. And we'll be all right.
Ooh, Hollywood. That's a nice glass.
I know,
Come
right?
through.
All right, y'all.
I'm going to step my game up with you, right?
Have a good week, everyone.